is going to awaken the inner warrior within us. Are you ready for that? Please welcome to the stage Integrated Executive Director Chuck Phelps.
Wow. Can y'all hear me? Is this on? Because I got a big mouth. I don't even need this. I'm just going to tell y'all. So, I'm a little old school. Everybody's up here. They've had their computers and stuff. My notes right here. So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Kristen and to Lene for letting me be up here. This is an honor, and I do not take this lightly. And the reason I don't take this lightly is because this is a dream come true for me. 23 years ago, I heard a man stand on stage and deliver a message, and I gotta tell y'all, it motivated me. Now, I don't remember a single thing that man said that day, but I know how he made me feel, right? He motivated me, he inspired me, he gave me enthusiasm, but he kind of pissed me off too. I mean, he kind of upset me. See, everybody else has been really, really good and everything, and y'all gonna get the Bobcat thrown in the room today, so I apologize. Please, Nick, don't pull them membership, okay? So, but I just, if I could stand up here on stage, and I knew that's something that I wanted to do, okay? So, Kristen, thank you. You've made the dream come true for me. I appreciate that so much. I will tell y'all that I learned something a long time ago, that plain talk doesn't spoil friendships, okay? I have a great friend, Wendy Harmon, that taught me that, and she said, if you know the meaning behind that is this: if you know my heart for you, and I know your heart for me, then we can just speak plainly, and we don't have to worry about how to figure this out, or what did she say, or what did they mean. So I'm just gonna talk plainly to you guys today, okay? And I don't mean to offend anybody here today if something I said. If something I said today offends you, just know that I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the person next to you, okay? So it's not for you, all right? So, first and foremost, I have to give credit to where credit's due, and that is to my beautiful wife, Laura. She is the rock star between the two of us, I promise you that. After you guys hear me today, you guys are gonna seek her out. She's right here in the pink. You're gonna seek her out, you're gonna come up, you're gonna have this like knowing nod, and you're kind of gonna drop your head, and you're gonna put your arms around her, and you're gonna start praying for her. Because she's lived with me for over 36 years now. Right? We've been married for 33 years. We've raised 3 fantastic young men. All the good in them, I give her the credit for. All the other stuff, that's on me. I promise you that. So, we've had a lot of good, fantastic teaching today. Okay, and I kind of buy into the idea that people need to be reminded more than they need to be informed. Okay, I know that there's been some great teachings going forth, but what people have done is they've taken the basics and they've kind of repackaged them with their own spin on it, so that it might impact you, right? You know what to do, so I'm here to kind of remind you that you got greatness in you, okay? I don't have a whole lot of good teaching here, but I just want to get you to know you can do this. There's nothing that you can't do. You guys are amazing. Kristen is an amazing woman, right? Yes. But Kristen hasn't done anything that not a single other person in this room can do. She's just been more consistent. Mm-hmm. She's done it longer than most of us in this room, right? Just get on the bandwagon with her, okay? Follow her lead, okay? Yes. The last thing you're gonna figure out about me, if you haven't figured it out already, I'm not Bob Hywick. Bob is very polished, he's a professional. I am quite a bit rougher here. So let me give you a little background. Could I get a picture, please? Now, here, technology, see oh, that's me, look at that. So that is Texas in the 80s, small town Texas in the 80s. That's me. I was an all-state basketball player in high school. I've always been an athlete. I've always been pretty thin. Maybe not today, but I've always been pretty thin. I went on to play college ball. that's where I met Laura. After my formal playing days were over, she introduced me to volleyball, and I thought it was a sissy sport until we started playing, and then I thought, wow, this is really good. I got to, we would travel all over the country, all over the state, playing in outsider tournaments and stuff like that, so we were always active. When we moved to the Metroplex, it was like heaven for me because there was basketball leagues going on everywhere, and I've got to play some of the greatest guys. I mean, I get to play against Tony Romo and Deion Sanders, and it was just wonderful. And I did that way up into my 40s. I had a construction company where I did physical work every day. Chris knows what I'm talking about, where we would move sheets and sheets of sheetrock and 600-pound rolls of carpet and tons of tile. So I was always active. I was always fit. And the other thing that went with that is I always have loved food. I've always loved food, okay? I mean, give me a thick, juicy porterhouse with a loaded baked potato. Sorry. If I'm trying to be healthy, a baked sweet potato. Hot rolls and butter. You know, barbecue, Texas barbecue. No offense to anybody. And again, remember, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person next door. The Texas barbecue with all the fixings. And Mexican food should be its own food category. You know how you got the grains and the dairy. Mexican food should be at the top, right there. Desserts, key lime pies with buttery graham cracker crust. Cookies that you ordered before your meal came so that you could get them when your meal finished so they would be hot and fresh when you come that way. Mike, you know what I'm talking about. Hot chocolate chip cookies. So, but when you get there, and so I'm going to skip one right here because I forgot. That was some of the stuff that I got to do too. You may have seen something. I got to be a part of a group in my late 40s. Where I went around and spread the good news through the public schools. And we did things like bust bricks and bend frying pans and break ice and break handcuffs and those kind of things. And it was a great time. But when you stop doing those kind of things and your metabolism starts slowing down and you couple that with the love of food like I had, then things start to change. Things start to happen. And this is what happens. You know, somebody snapped this picture from behind. Let me get on the way so you can see it. Somebody snapped this picture from behind, and guys, I will tell you, I just looked at that picture. I was like, who's the fat guy standing next to my wife? Is there a laser pointer on this? Is there a laser pointer? Yeah. These right here. What is that? Listen, guys, I've never had those creases before in my life, ever. And ladies, guys, I know y'all have never done this, but ladies, I've never once in my life stood in my back in the mirror and went to see what was going on back there. So I never knew what that was. Where did the creases come from? I couldn't believe it. I was 277 pounds in this picture right here. And the reason I was 277 pounds, I always tell everybody, I was 277 pounds on purpose. So I've never accidentally eaten anything. You know, I've never been strolling through my kitchen thinking that everything's great, tripped and fall and a cinnamon roll went in my mouth. No, I had to go and physically make the cinnamon rolls and put them in my mouth, you know, and I started doing that because, and I will tell y'all, this is the point where I had to make a change, okay? Because there was lots of things going on in our life. Like I said, I stopped being as active as I used to be. The metabolism slowed down. Coupled that with a love of food and with some family issues that were going on because sometimes kids are not, well, let's leave it at that. And this is where you end up. This is the point of change right here. This is the point where I had to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Okay? There are two kinds of pain in this world, guys. There's a pain that hurts and a pain that changes you. This was the pain that changed me. I had to make a change. I had to start, well, this is what I had to do. Hold on a second. I had to stop whining. Right? I had to stop whining and making excuses about what was going on in my life. Right? I had to stop whining about the lack of discipline I had for not going to the gym. I had to stop whining about what he said or she said and what they didn't do. I had to stop worrying about what they might think. Because you know what? They ain't thinking about you. Okay? They're thinking about their own stuff. They're thinking about their own mess. They're thinking about their own financial problems. They're thinking about their own kids, okay? I had to stop worrying about that. And I had to stop whining and making excuses. You know why? Excuses don't get a vote any longer. Okay? You don't get a vote any longer. Okay? I don't get to rationalize things in my life like that anymore. And by the way, rationalizing is telling yourself rational lies. Okay? You lie to yourself. You know, everybody negotiates with yourself. Okay? And you know you do. Like it's not like I said, you know when you're going to eat that cinnamon roll. So, I have another story, but I can't share it in here, so sorry. So this is when I had to make the change. I had to start getting discipline, okay? Discipline equals freedom, guys. If you haven't read that book by Jocko Willink, get that book. It's an easy read. You can read it one day and read it over and over and over, because discipline equals freedom. The more disciplined you are in your life, in every area of life, the more freedom you have. When you're disciplined in your health, you move better. You don't sweat as much. You breathe easier. You know? When you get disciplined in your finances, it gives you freedom to be able to travel wherever you want to go. It helps to make your dreams come true. I had to start adding discipline into my life. Okay. Once I did that, once I got past this, then I could start to believe. Okay. I could start to believe that today's the day. Okay. Today's the day that things are going to change in my life. Today's the day that if I can get here and I can stop whining and I can stop making excuses about things, then my life can change. So when you start believing that, well, hold on, got something else to show you. Today's the day. Today's the day that everything changes. Okay? Today's the day that you start believing. I'm going to tell you a story about belief here, okay? How many of y'all know the name Mel Fisher? Mel Fisher was a treasure hunter, and for 16 years, this story tells about belief and believing in yourself like never before, I think. Mel Fisher was a treasure hunter. He searched for 16 years for the wreck of the Spanish treasure ship, the Atocha. Off the coast, it sank off the coast of the Bahamas in 1622 in a hurricane. In 1975, Mel found about 1,000 gold coins from the sister ship of the Atocha, and he knew he was very close to his goal. But later in that same year, there was a horrible wreck, a boat wreck, and he lost his son Dirk, his daughter-in-law, and another diver. They drowned in that horrible accident, and it knocked the wind out of his sails. How many of y'all have had some sort of sucker punch come in and hit you that you didn't expect, right? Absolutely. Maybe it was the death of a family member. Maybe it was a car wreck. You know, maybe it was a financial blow that you wasn't expecting, or a bill that came in. Listen, all those things are going to happen. You just got to figure out how you're going to handle them. Because I love what Les Brown says. You're either in a problem, headed to a problem, or coming from a problem, right? Yeah. So if that's the case, then you got to figure out how to get past it. And that's what Mel did. With some encouragement of his family and your coaches, right? Mel decided he was going to continue on, right? And for 10 years, Mel would get up every day and he would say to everybody who would listen, and all of his team, today's the day. Today's the day we're going to hit the treasure. Today's the day that we're going to make our dreams come true. Today's the day that everything's going to get better. For 10 years, Mel said that. 10 years to the day that they lost his son, they found the Atocha. It was a treasure worth $400 million in 1985. It made Mel Fisher the wealthiest treasure hunter of all time. Okay? I had to get Mel Fisher to believe. I had to believe that today's the day. Today's the day that things are going to get better in my life. Not just in my health, but today's the day that things are going to get better in my finances. Today's the day that I can build a business that won't only just handle my financial needs, but make every freaking dream that I have come true. Amen. I promise you this business will do it. Okay? I had to get that. Now, some of you are going to say, yeah, Chuck, but I don't know how to believe like that. Well, we didn't either. You know how we did? I got around that lady right there. I got around that lady right there. I got around that lady in the back there. Okay? And I started asking them questions. And it was amazing to me how transparent they were. I would ask them, hey, when you were 2 years in, where were you at? And they would say, well, look, this is where we were at, and this is the kind of money we made. And I was like, you gotta be kidding, they're telling me this? And if you consistently work at this, then you can be here too. So we had to go to work, you know? I will tell you all this. This is one of the greatest businesses in the world. It is changing people's lives all over the world, okay? You've heard all the great information this morning. There's going to be some more stuff coming after me. I'm just the loudspeaker here right now, but this thing, when you get proud of that, and you start to believe, and you start to get that kind of belief from the leaders of this business, the ladies that put this on, guys, they are remarkable, okay? This has been incredible. Seek those people out and figure out what you got to do to follow in their steps, because it's not magic, it's science. Do what they did, you'll get what they had, okay? So, kind of give you guys, well, I'll throw this in here. Some of y'all are out there and you're poking this thing with a stick and you're hoping it's going to jump up and grab you, okay? It ain't going to jump up and grab you. You got to get to work, okay? So, you got to do the action. You gotta post. Well, I don't know what they ain't thinking about you, remember, okay? You gotta reach out to your clients. You gotta reach out to your coaches. You gotta move clients to coaches, okay? You gotta advance these people. You gotta help them get their dreams, okay? If you do that, you get proud of what you do. Now, I'll tell you a quick little story, okay? Quick little story here. So, I had a buddy of mine, he called me. He said, hey, a bunch of us getting together at my house. I want you to come, but if you come, please don't talk about Optavia. And so the night of the gathering, he called me and said, hey, where are you? I said, I'm at home with Laura. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, Scott's going to talk about hunting. Billy's going to talk about bowling. So-and-so's going to talk about golf. Chris is going to talk about getting drunk. And I'm going to talk about Optavia. So you got to get proud of what you've got, what you got your hands on, guys. There's nothing like this business in the world, but there's nothing like you in this business. You can make it happen. When you get that kind of belief in you guys, then things start to change, okay? Then you become the warrior. Oh, hold on, got a few behind. That's Mel Fisher.
Oh.
This is one of my favorite quotes about a warrior. Out of 100 people on the battlefield, 10 shouldn't even be there. Get them off. 80 are just targets. 9 are the real fighters, and we're lucky to have them, for they make the battle. But one is the warrior, and he'll bring the rest of them home. I'm standing on stage in front of 200 warriors. I know it. I can see it in you. You guys are amazing. Warriors are strong. Warriors are powerful. Warriors are disciplined. Warriors go to work, okay? But warriors aren't perfect, okay? Warriors fall. And when they fall, you know what they do? They get back up. They evaluate how they fell, what the mistake they made. They're compelled to learn from it and move forward. That's what you got to do. I'm telling you, there's always a problem coming, or you're in it, or you're moving away from it. Okay? You got to be the one that deals with that and moves on. Okay? I like this. Some of y'all will relate to this right here. Shiny armor doesn't dictate the great warrior, but it's the dents and the cuts in the armor that tells who's worthy of the battle. Nick said it this morning. You all have a story. That's your armor. You got dents and cuts in it right now. Okay? Good! People will follow you because of the dents and cuts. They won't follow you because your armor's shiny. They know that you've been through the battle. They know that you can lead them where they want to. They know that you've been where they are, and they know that you can take them where they want to go. And they will follow you. Okay, sorry, this is a spit zone. But you got to go to work, okay? I always have a movie in my head. Y'all have to forgive me. I can always pull a movie up. But there's a great movie. called Point Break. I don't know how I didn't win the Academy Award. And this one, I'm actually talking about the new one, not the old one. The old one was better. That was truly Academy worthy. That one, But he asked what. There's a conversation between two characters in it, and one says, "So what's more powerful than a philosophy?" And she says, "Action. Action is powerful. Action moves people. Action will make people follow you." Kristen has moved so quickly, Lene has moved so quickly, that you know what they've done? They've created a wave that just sucks all of us along with them. You know what I mean? You can do it too. I know you can. You got it in you. Go to work, guys. Work for the way. I always think that our businesses like ours work off of, I kind of say they work like waves, right? Because reason why they work in waves is because no one works consistently long enough that they create a kind of tsunami that comes. They work, and then they stop working and they rest, and then they look back and go, "Oh, hey man, look at the success of the wave that's coming," and they work, and so your businesses go like this, right? The only thing that we've been consistent at many times is being inconsistent. Consistently work. That's what Kristen's done. She's worked consistently and tirelessly, and she lives a life that few people dream of. Okay? I'm telling you guys, put in the work, put it in on a daily basis, do whatever you got to do to make that happen, because your dreams are just within your reach. Okay? So I'm gonna wrap up. I'm sure I'm way over. I apologize. So we need some audience participation if I got anything else. Nope, that's me. Bathroom break. Hold on, I was just kidding. So I need some audience participation in this, okay? So I'm gonna get everybody to stand up. And listen, ladies, if you don't stand up, it's gonna come out in your hips. So you better stand up. So I want y'all to repeat after me, okay? I'm going to work for the wave. Today's the day. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm disciplined. I'm a warrior. I'm going to work for the wave. Today's the day. I'm going to stop whining. Today's the day. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm disciplined. I'm a warrior. And this year, I'm going big.